Hello, everybody, and welcome. Ooh, that doesn't look right.
Creepy Papa.
Welcome.
What happened to you?
Sonic, you're bleeding from your mouth.
This is really Sonic.exe. Oh no!
Oh gosh.
This is Sonic.exe.
Hey kids, just hanging.
So there you go.
tight.
Originally, Sonic was going to surfboard into Angel Island, apparently.
That I knew about.
That is cool.
Hey, Knuckles.
And then Knuckles would just go, stop,
Halt
halt,
to the hand.
Okay.
just come at me, bro.
And yeah, he's still.
Take your emeralds.
And yeah, he's still using his Sonic 2 sprite. Yes, Joe.
I'll admit that introductory animation of Knuckles is quite interesting. Although I will admit, the actual introduction they did give him in the
Bye, Knuckles.
yeah.
You okay, dude? Oh, bye.
You're gonna chase him.
Oh, yeah.
I think this island has some pretty weird inhabitants. They just hold their palms out and
I mean,
say, "Come at me."
with this kind of music, you might expect to see right.
Here's another
point.
Here's another and this you go. Back when they were still using the Sonic 2 sprite, that was going to be the balancing animation on the swing. There you go. And the special wings are still not here.
Oh, hey Tails, where have you been?
That's the thing, Sonic. I don't know what's happening. It's weird.
I know.
Yes,
Are you going for, wait, so are you going for a Ryan Drummond or Jason Griffith impression?
Jova's Sonic voice usually tends to be more like
Just a little white.
I don't know. I would more like it's more like a middle ground between Jason and Roger.
Yeah, that's usually often what I go for.
Except when I specifically
also,
ask him.
damage also the models in the background.
The only
Yes.
no, to be fair, that was always a thing in the background actually too.
No, but you actually damage them just as well.
It's okay, Tails. We're fine.
Okay, also just to know,
Also,
because
some tails. So carry on.
Just to know, in case, how it was actually the reception of Sonic's new sprite for the actual release of this game.
I
That
don't.
was fine.
Well, that's the thing, Tail. The final sprite in Sonic 3 was made specifically to show off the 3D capabilities of the Mega Drive. Because remember, it was an attempt to try to compete with Donkey Kong Country's success, basically.
Okay, no, that's mostly because that's mostly because I would have preferred if they just stuck to the same sprite of Sonic 1 and 2, just because it looks, more similar. Sonic 3 sprites, at least on my eyes, always looked, like it stood out too much.
Well, if it helps it, in that case too, you can always both in Sonic 3 Complete and in Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited, you can use mods to put in the original sprites.
Yeah, you did show us Sonic 3 Complete about that. I remember that.
Which do you prefer, Sonic 3 Complete or Angel Island Revisited?
Really good.
Probably Sonic 3 Complete myself.
What I do, but that's the thing too. Thanks to mods that incorporated some features from Free Complete, you can now put in all the features from Free Complete into Angel Island Revisited. So now, if you use mods, Angel Island Revisited is the definitive way to play Sonic 3.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, Pedro, okay. Even without the mods, which do you prefer? Me personally, Angel Island Revisited.
Well, the widescreen and flawless 60 FPS is of course the best argument. So yes.
Here's my also argument. You can have the drop dash.
That too.
That's
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my God, it's me! What am I
And
looking
Sonic
at?
one spot
So,
is big.
AKA they didn't finish the winning animation just yet. So using that as a placeholder for now.
Sonic
Sonic
Jazz hands.
Terrified.
So, oh crap! I just realised. I just thought of something actually.
What?
What?
If we ever, I think I know. I think if we ever get to voice Sonic characters in like games that have no voice speech but with text,
Sonic Chronicles,
Chronicles,
and
Sonic
Chronicles,
Battle.
Advance, and that. I know you. I think I know who you're gonna have me voice actually.
Cream.
Well,
Cream the Rabbit.
High five.
well, I don't know who's making that decision, but like I personally would prefer Shiroi to voice Cream because I think her Lola voice and Pearl voice fits the character a lot better than yours.
Yeah, that could work actually. Sure, I will.
This is Amy. Got it.
No, actually, sure, you're already Amy. Remember, you played Amy in my Unleashed playthrough. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So you're already cast as Amy. In the same, remember, we already have some of our roles ourselves.
In
John.
battle, I was also Rouge, or is that
also,
Joe?
what happened to the music?
No. Sure. You'll still be Rouge as well. You'll just be playing Cream.
It's but you see, Shiroi. Since as Teo, as we know, Teo pushes consistency, so we're trying to remain consistent. Sonic will be Teo. Sonic will be Jova will be Sonic.
Yeah,
Jova.
Sonic voice cast is big.
Jova will be Sonic. I'll be Tails and Knuckles. Shiroi will be Amy. As for Dwibs, what Sonic character do you think Dwibs could voice, Jova?
Eggman.
Army.
Oh yeah, you already voices Eggman. I forgot about Eggman. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did we already have somebody who voices Eggman?
I thought Tio was like.
Well, that's
just for his strictly for his Adventures on the Hedgehog appearance. But to give a second back to this game, what happened to the music?
Yeah, the music kind of disappeared.
That's the thing.
Okay. There's kind of a reason for that. As you know, Sonic 3 and Knuckles essentially has literal stage transitions. As in, unlike the previous two games, while you do have separate acts, they're still all a part of the same area or whatnot, essentially. That's just that with them comes music changes. My theory is that they didn't have the music for Angel Island.
What is up with... I don't know. Tails' AI is even more buggy than usual. Basically, Webs, Tails is actually Lone John Baldry's Eggman. You remember, you played Eggman in 3D Blast, so you technically are the Sonic Team Eggman.
Tails' buddy, stop it.
But yeah. I could also see Dwibs being Vector.
Oh, definitely.
Neo, and Shiroi being Charmy.
Sure.
I want to. If the time comes with voicing Vector, I want to base mine off his hero's voice.
Sure.
Instead of his iconic shadow voice.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I love the computer room meme as well, but objectively, the hero's voice is still the better one. Let's face it.
I feel like when we get to Rush, I'm obligated to be Blaze for some reason.
Well, actually, Shiroi, Shiroi, if you want it really bad, sure. But personally, I would have really loved to play Blaze, if you don't mind.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, remember, Shiroi, I did voice Kaine in our original Nier playthrough, didn't I?
Oh, that's right.
And
Go ahead.
remember who?
Oh, you look different.
Yes. Remember pre-Team Sonic Racing, Laura Bailey was voicing Blaze. Carry on. Okay, so some code there on the back. And there you go. The background of Vardro City is either unfinished or there you go. Here's a gimmick that was left in the cutting room floor later. There were supposed to be mini spike balls in those things.
Thank God, they're gone.
I mean, Hydrosity is pretty much already, you know...
I'm sorry, did you call it Hydrosity?
I know
it's
what I
Hydrocity.
said. I know
You've already taken the breath.
Game.
Enjoy the Totino's pizza roll, Sonic.
Oh, but we can't hear the music. No.
Oh, yeah, basically, Shiroi, this prototype has... there you go. Allow me to explain. This prototype... After playing it thoroughly, I've basically come with this playthrough. This prototype has a sound glitch. Sometimes the music will just die and that's it, and we will not come back until another track plays.
I mean, for the most part, this level looks the same except for the background colors.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall correctly, the Sonic 3 prototype is, of the 3 prototypes, arguably the one that, for the most part, doesn't have too much changed up from the original.
No,
in the sense of level layout.
No,
it happens occasionally, I think.
Yeah, there's the occasional minor change, but yes, this is the one that was clearly close. However, you can already tell that this was made before Michael Jackson visited Sega Technical Institute, because the tracks being used here are still the prototype tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not now, because there's no music.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well, technically, it did play, when it started, but you get the point, yeah. Anyway, in regards to Sonic characters, who are we gonna have Tio voice?
Shadow.
Okay then.
Remember, Teo has a soft spot for edgy characters. So
also, okay.
The edge.
these more, if possible. Silver and Big the cat, because me.
No, wait, I'll do big. I can do big.
I can't believe you on the spot. Don't worry.
Deji, literally everybody can do big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the easiest voice to do.
Yeah.
I miss you, Froggy. See, anybody can do it.
Sure, do your Big the cat.
Yeah,
voice.
go ahead, Shiri. What's your do
I'm Froggy.
See, even her. See, even Shiro's big is fine. See.
Oh my god.
Get Joe with the voice over. He has the voice.
It's the typical stupid doofus cartoony voice that like it's the easiest voice to do basically.
Again, even these voice actor, even Johnson John himself, kind of hated.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty
doing
sure
that.
like he openly stated he hated this role.
And again, his career is mostly defined just by Duke Nukem alone.
Well,
so
well, hold on, guys. Let's not forget, John St. John also played Omega, which I would argue...
Sonic is stuck in the wall!
I played Omega.
Okay, here's the problem. Remember that little current that takes me to Act 2? It doesn't work in this prototype.
Brilliant.
Oh.
So now I'm stuck here.
Brilliant.
Time to drown then, I guess.
Well, okay.
At least he gets to drown next to a picture of himself giving the thumbs up.
That said, though, guys, in regards to Omega, I think we all know who's the definitive voice for it, of course.
Kramer.
Yes, of course, Jeff Kramer.
Well, at least you didn't say Book.
So shall I play Omega since I did the York?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I've got a little request actually. In spite of my not liking this for the character, can I voice Marine?
Sure.
I was actually gonna suggest you voice her.
No.
Yeah,
The Marine is perfect for Dwebs, actually. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can do an Australian accent, I'm sure.
Yes. Test will be, can I do an Australian accent while I'm voicing a 12-year-old girl?
Something themed to the Barbies or something, yes.
Well, let's be honest, James. I mean, Australians are pretty much the British that you shunted off anyway, so why not?
By the way, those rotating platforms, they're not finished because the Sonic doesn't do that spinning
I can
thing.
see that.
As they work like normal platforms, actually, in this version.
Well, as in the wise words of Bubsy, what would a platformer game be without platforms?
Exactly.
I wonder.
This background's looking a little familiar now.
A simple theory. It would be like Sonic Forces.
Ooh.
All right.
Let's see, non-type characters. So, Teal, I'm surprised you want to be Silver, though. Like, Shadow, I get.
Like I said, like he said multiple times, Job, I kind of got a soft spot for the poor guy.
Yeah, and
What the
Sonic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stay tuned.
At least we can hear Hydro City now.
Sonic,
what the fuck just happened?
He's flying!
Sonic has the Force.
Fuck.
It seems.
There you go.
Really wants
There you
to
go.
see you
Thank God for those spikes, because the only way to break free from that glitch, based on what I was able to test, was by getting hurt. So thank God for those spikes there.
Why was that bar even there?
I don't know.
Beautiful.
Like I said, these prototypes are really interesting to see the kind of weirdness that were in these early versions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very, very much so. Anyway, in regards to Omega, I guess that would be either me or Pedro. I'm a real big fan of the character.
So you want to be Omega?
If you're okay with that, then
Well, okay,
yeah,
okay, sure. Can I be Gamma then?
Oh, sure. Yeah, by all
Well, Gamma
means.
show up elsewhere than
Well,
Adventure.
Gamma's one of my
Sonic Battle.
Gamma's my favorite character in the first adventure game. So
No. Like, I can imagine the sentiment. What I'm questioning is his actual appearance.
Yes, well, he technically does appear in Sonic Battle. It's complicated.
yeah, it's a bit complicated too. Let's just say.
All
Am
right.
I gonna be Takal or is that gonna be
Sure.
Jova or
No. I think Shiroi's voice works much better for Takal.
Yeah, you would be Takal. Who will be Cheese? Webs.
Well, Cheese doesn't really need voice acting, but
Oh! That brings us to the big question. Who's going to voice Omochao, Shiroi?
Actually, to be fair,
Pedro, you should do it.
No.
Me.
To be fair, Jovan, Omochao too is voiced by Laura Bailey, so there you go, Pedro.
True, Teo, but he was originally.
Obnoxious enough.
But that's the thing, Teo. The most iconic Omochao voice is Lonnie Manelis. So.
Yeah, so probably better put in Shiroi's hands. Like, I mean, she has the better sounding voice, and like she said, she excels at Omochao's clever and wonderful features.
Anyway.
Have fun voicing Omochao in our eventual playthrough of the Sonic Omochao Edition game.
Oh my god.
Oh, improv. Great.
I'm personally really looking forward to doing. I'm personally looking.
Pedro?
I'm personally looking forward to Gamma myself, especially because he has one of my favorite unintentionally funny lines in the game. This is the wrong room. Like I love the way the actor delivers that line. This is the wrong room. It literally begs for a no shit Sherlock response.
Also, I got dibs on Metal Sonic because, you know, pretty much evil.
That's usually how it goes anyway. So
What? Okay, in what kind of games does he actually speak?
Sonic Heroes.
Okay.
And some.
his dialogue in Sonic Heroes is entirely voiced though.
This is what I mean, Jova. Like, what kind of games that normally require?
Oh god, I forgot.
Heroes, that's literally it. Every other game is just robotic noises.
Well,
Jova can be within a monologue.
I mean, okay, is he in Sonic Chronicles?
No.
Surprisingly not.
Chronicles.
Oh, speaking of which, who's going to play Shade?
Who Shade? All right, the Echidna girl from Chronicles.
Also, well, what the fuck happened there?
Knuckles.
Knuckles. Knuckles became blue for a half fraction of a second there. Okay, that happened.
Was never red.
That's his secret.
Yes. And glitchy water.
It's like Meta Knight. It was actually the same species as Kirby the whole time.
Yes, as you may recall, this is, of course, a throwback to Sonic Pocket Adventure, where you have to jump up on top of lava bursts to hit Eggman, as I showed.
Wait, seriously? That's why it was a throwback?
I think not for
Adventure came out.
Not for nothing, Joe, but I think it's the other way around.
Guys, I'm kidding. It's mainly just
it's
a
hard to
reference.
tell with you.
Well, props to Sonic Mania to actually revert to the situation by having Sonic pilot to the thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want a Mania too.
Okay,
Someday.
That's the problem though. Like Sonic 1 and 2 did not have winning animations for finishing an act, so they didn't have any Sonic 2 placeholder that they could use. Also, the once again the level transition doesn't work, so I have to reset the game.
Whoops.
I could just imagine how it goes if Sonic and Tails are stood there and Tails is like, now what?
Whoa, what?
What?
Well, Sonic learned how to phase through material.
Feeling
I guess.
good. Gotta go fast.
No. Even Sonic doesn't want to deal with this cage. I don't blame him.
Not fast enough.
What just happened?
A glitch too. And as you can see, it happens all the time.
Brilliant. Moving on.
But basically,
level.
Dwebs, that's why the level slot is immediately available, so that the playtesters can easily test all the levels. Basically, jump at the beginning of the level so you avoid that glitch. Basically.
Prototypes are fun, aren't they?
I mean, if you do a playtester as an actual profession, they probably are.
Oh no, of course. The whole point of
I wonder how you become a playtester.
I don't know.
You take a test and then you can.
the only story that I'm familiar with is Tommy Tallarico's story. While he was selling, he was a salesman in a music store, and he had an Intellivision shirt. And the guy from Virgin who was at the store looked at this shirt and thought, "Holy crap! Is that a video game shirt? You into video? You know about video games?" And Tommy's response was, "I'm not even kidding. You can look the interview if you want, sir. I know everything there is to know about video games." So,
hey Pedro, are you just describing a Control-Alt-Delete comic book?
No, I'm literally describing what he told to us about how he got his job at Virgin. So he started off as a playtester at Virgin. Eventually, he rose in the ranks and became the primary composer of the company, as we see later, as we saw with his work in Aladdin and stuff like that.
Some companies usually put out applications for playtesters per game.
That's the thing. Should remember that this was back in the '80s, back when things were still a bit in their infancy regarding these matters. Yes, Joe.
Yeah. In regards to that, it's really out of control. Delete that. It's like that. Hasn't that thing pretty much been off for years at this point?
No, we're still doing stuff. It's just
Whoa. Okay.
Sonic, you need to, sometimes it's wise to not go.
No. Don't you see, Jova? It's not a glitch. It's a trap. It's a trap that Eggman set. A hidden trap. Basically, the proper physical release of original 1994 release of Sonic 3 still has some glitches here and there occasionally, where sometimes Sonic will get stuck on some kind of piece of the level, and the instruction manual tries to justify this, believe it or not, by saying that Eggman placed random invisible traps in the levels. So they literally try to come up with some kind of instruction manual justification for why the game is not as polished as it probably could have been.
By the way, Pedro, since... Oh, sorry.
Yes, Jova?
It's Kryptonite Fog.
I was just going to say, it's not as bad as the Kryptonite Fog.
Yes, sure.
Considering a very recent conversation we had off commentary, one of the reasons I prefer 2 is because this stage in particular breaks so much of the flow for me. I don't like it.
So this is
it's garbage.
So this is the marble zone of this game for you.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty
Can
much.
I just say this? It feels like whenever a Sonic level has the words marble and or garden in it, that's often a bit of a sign.
Except Press Garden.
Yeah, I was about to mention.
Beautiful.
Press Garden is
Well, that one doesn't have marble in the title, though, like Jova
but
says.
it has garden.
It does have garden.
Jova stapled that rule too.
Well, it's I don't know.
That's more the exception to the rule, though.
Personally, I don't mind
I
it.
like the boss too much, but anyway.
Personally, I don't mind this level. I still take it over Metropolis Zone. Personally, Metropolis Zone is just ugh. Not only,
my favorite game is definitely Sonic 3K of the classics.
It's just
you know what my favorite is?
One.
Jova, you know me. I have standards.
Go ahead with Edge. What is it?
Mania.
Oh, okay, sure. No.
I'm talking about games that actually released back in the classic area. Though I guess even if I were to compare it to Sonic 3K, I might still like Sonic 3K a bit better than Mania.
Let me put it this way. I will argue that Mania is overall more consistently well designed than Sonic 3K, but Sonic 3K feels more like a complete package because it has a much more. It feels much more like an actual adventure with a proper beginning, middle, and conclusion to the story, rather than Mania.
Adventure, you might say.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So apparently that sprite that's supposed to appear here hasn't been properly made yet. Whereas Sonic Mania feels more like a collection of levels, where the Phantom Ruby's just there as an excuse for the levels rather than
connect them. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's right. Because because of how the boss operates.
Not to mention, Sonic Mania has reused levels, whereas this one is entirely original, so it has also that big advantage going for it over Mania.
Although, when it comes to Mania, I would argue that the levels are different enough, even if they are reused to the point where.
I'd say the Act 2s are.
I suppose. I mean, even with the first acts, I feel like they have enough differences here and there too. But I guess I do see your point.
Okay.
I do still give the edge to Sonic 3K.
It's because okay, yes, Marble Zone and Marble Zone and Marble Garden are slower zones, yes, but I'll still take that over Metropolis, because Metropolis is not only full of terrible enemy placement, the fucking slices, as Johnny would say, and the fact that zone far outstays its never existing welcome. Like, not only is the zone not welcome at all, it outstays its non-existent welcome. So I'll still take this over Metropolis Zone any fucking day.
Fair enough.
No, I'm sorry. because I have to deal with Sandopolis as well.
I like Sandopolis. I agree.
What's wrong with you people?
It's hard. No, I hate it. It's horrible. Put it away.
High five, thank you.
I swear. That's the thing, Joe. I'm familiar with what they're saying because even when I was a little kid, my friends.
Why is the screen shaking? Is there an earthquake?
That's because
this is one of the gimmicks of the zone.
Eggman's digging into the area around this point.
It's one of the gimmicks of the zone, Dwips.
Are you sure this isn't covering a glitch again?
Well,
No. Like in the actual game, the floor is moving and such.
This is
Trust me, James, I would know. I was the one who covered Squirms' original Sonic 3K playthrough.
Well, he wasn't there at that point.
Well, yeah, for any of you OG fans out there who remember that, yeah, that was one of the big ones back in the day.
But yeah, like I was saying, Joe, that's the thing. I'm familiar with Deji and Shiro's arguments, Joe, because even when I was a little kid, my friends were literally could not, for the life of them, pass through Sandopolis Act 2, and I was the one who basically came to one of my friends' houses. Here, let me do it, and I basically just completely owned the freaking level, and they were all like, "What the hell?" Like,
I'll do it for you.
No. That's because I was literally telling them, "What are you talking about? Sandopolis Act 2 is easy. Like, I've always been good at the class. I've always been good at the classic games in particular. So it's just." I've never had issues personally.
I mean, are the ghosts really that tough for people to deal with?
It's just the stage is boring.
It is boring.
And it drags on. It's like you have to beat it in what? Well, okay, what's the fastest you've beaten it?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I don't remember. But that said, I was able to get
let that speak for its quality.
Well, no, Dej. I don't know, Deji.
Honestly, I'd say that's kind of silly.
Do you remember what's your favorite Sonic Zone, Deji? And do you remember how fast your fastest time is?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Chemical Plant Zone.
Okay,
1 minute and 28 seconds.
Okay, now name the other ones.
Well, you see Studiopolis Zone, 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 32.
Better Tones, can you actually remember every level you played and every time you finished it in?
It has nothing to do with that. Like, it's just one of those games.
Zone, 59 seconds.
Personally, I don't really care about fast times anyway. So,
I mean, isn't the entire appeal of the franchise?
Well, not necessarily, too.
No. Okay, here's the thing, too. The idea is speed and exploration. Sure,
it takes like 7-9 minutes to beat Act 2.
Oh, and by the way, this boss is broken, as you're about to see.
Well, yeah, it's because of how the boss functions.
Hold on.
For those who recall,
And
the way the boss functions is, well, yeah, okay. It's essentially a floorless boss because Tails is carrying you the entire time.
Unfortunately, they didn't actually properly program that yet, so the boss doesn't work. So let's go to Carnival Night Zone.
Oh no!
So, yeah, Eggman wins in that level.
Sorry, Teo, but Michael hasn't been involved yet, so we have to deal with the prototype track.
Okay, I guess it's less PTSD-inducing.
Well, that's the thing, Teo. You in particular were not at all a fan of this track when you heard it in our complete look.
No, but again, no, it's oh my god, also this neon. No, this prototype track is just anonymous. Like I agree on that. It's just that again, the actual full release version, it's PTSD-inducing because of that fucking barrel.
Mm-hmm. It's where was I going with this? Yeah. Sorry, we don't have the rights to jam, so we can't put the proper track. It's the like Carnival Night is jam. Ice Cap is that track for Hyperbraxer for the Jetsons. I forgot its title.
In terms of the Michael Jackson-esque tracks in the complete game, my favorite one's Launch Base. So
go. It even has Michael saying go. So
yeah.
My favorite is Ice Cap Zone, just because that track is so unbelievably catchy.
Are we talking specifically about Sonic Free tracks or Sonic Free and Knuckles tracks?
Well, Sonic Free and Knuckles retains the Brad Buxer theme, actually, the proper cartridge. I mean, obviously, this proper upcoming Sonic Origins release, we still don't know. we have yet to get we got confirmation that Sonic 3 is going to be widescreen via the fucking community manager, for the record, not for the trailer itself. But that's a topic, but we already talked about it.
Again, I'm willing to guess that the big twist is that it's going to be revealed that Evening Star are behind the eventual re-release.
Yeah, probably. The only concern I have is the music, because according to rumors, I don't know rumors, but just for the fun of speculation, according to the rumors, apparently Lopes was hired to recompose the entire soundtrack, which I'm okay with, because I love Thiago, so fine by me.
I mean, if that has to be the price to pay, might as well get a composer that actually, is well known and well beloved by the franchise, by fandom. I do wonder if they're going to touch up on it and make it not exactly a remake, but add in some interesting stuff.
Or just give it the Sonic 1 and 2 tag.
It is important to remember that will actually line up with us. There you go. Yeah, we haven't finished the background yet, so.
Oops.
Yeah. It will actually. That's a Venjova. It would actually line up with a tweet, because last year, I don't remember if it was in 2019 or it was in 2020, but some time ago, Thiago said on his tweet saying, "You would not believe what I just signed on to do," and he just left that there without credit.
Who said that?
T-Lopes made a tweet I don't remember if it was 2 years ago, if it was a year ago, it was a while, where he said that when he left a vague tweet saying, "You wouldn't believe what I just signed on to do," basically.
Maybe it was TMNT.
Wait, I wonder. What if it's a
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, actually. It could have been that.
That's because it was announced that.
Well, okay.
Was it announced this year or?
This year, yes. This year,
yeah.
The TMNT game, yes, it was announced this year. Go ahead, Java.
Did he tweet that before or after TMNT was announced?
Before.
So it could have been that. Okay.
That, or who knows? Maybe he's the composer.
T-Lopes is getting a lot of offers ever since Mania.
So it can be for anything.
Heck, who knows? Maybe he'll be a composer for Sonic Rangers.
Also, the underwater filter in this version looks ugly as fuck.
Beautiful. Pure perfection.
Okay, let's continue. Yeah, at this point, you can tell that, basically at this point, don't expect any actual proper level zone endings, because none of the level transitions work after Angel Island, basically.
Which kind of does make sense, because my guess is that at this stage of the game, they hadn't entirely settled on the zone stage order yet.
Mm-hmm. This was still back when they were planning on having Flying Battery be after Carnival Night, as was originally intended.
Part of me is actually kind of glad that Flying Battery got to be later, because, better zone, save it for later.
I don't know. Personally, I think the transitions between Carnival Night and from Carnival Night to Flying Battery and from Flying Battery to Ice Cap, I feel like are so cool, with the Sonic using the door of that he bursts through in Flying Battery as a snowboard. It's just such a cool idea.
In straight up Sonic Adventure 2 style.
Fine by me.
Hey! I didn't say it like it was a problem. And yes, as you will recall, this level is the one that basically was the main reason that the Sega Help Hotline is.
Oh boy, this bit. Prepare yourselves, guys, because there you go.
Oh! Yeah, I can see why we got rid of that in the design phase.
Ew, it's hideous.
I don't know what you're talking about here.
Cheese! It's covered in cheese!
I don't even know what the hell happened. That's the thing, Deji. Just a few seconds earlier, we were having a natural background, so you can tell this was a glitch. This was not even a placeholder background or anything. No. This was literally a glitch that completely screwed up the background.
Oh yeah, that's why I said it's still in its early phases. So it's like you're still. What is that?
Okay.
That horrible bumper sound effect. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, everybody. The sound programmers haven't quite finished the work yet, so there are some kinks left to iron out.
Beautiful, is it not?
Here at Sega, we proudly present now the complete, the complete and utter fuckery of your senses.
I would like to point out that, man, it is amazing the game turned out to be as good as it did.
All right. I can't pronounce his internet name is hard to pronounce. I will not pronounce it. But Sonic Free Angel Island Revisited creator, if you're hearing this, incorporate this as a feature. I will love you for that.
Do you think we'll need a seizure warning on this one too?
What do you think, Teo?
Oh, what do you think, Jova?
I mean, okay, it's not bright flashing. It is a bunch of colors, but I feel like it's on slow enough that.
I got stuck.
I have to admit, Jova, it is actually annoying to look even for me.
God damn it! I got.
Okay.
Wait, what happened?
Basically, didn't you notice, Teo? I got stuck, so I had to restart.
Sorry, my bad.
Anyway, but I mean, don't get me wrong. It's annoying to look at, but I wouldn't call it dangerous per se. Granted, maybe there is somebody's on that, but I mean, it is bright, but it doesn't feel like it's doing too much of color contrast, except for that. Well, except for, of course, when it all comes on.
It really looks like Cheeto dust, like Deji said.
Don't it? Yeah.
And there we go. They had yet to implement the whole turning off the lights gimmick. And yeah, by the way, there's no balloons that help me get up there, so I have to basically use the momentum to my advantage. Give me a bit.
Okay, so Pedro, I want you.
Or as Steve Buscemi describes in Armageddon, the Wily Coyote movie.
There we go.
Yes, Pedro, I need you to insert that clip from Batman '89 with the Joker saying "Insta."
That's it. Well, I can speak for the others, but usually I prefer to add clips before recording.
I mean, that doesn't. I do it before, but it's like if they say, "Okay, do this in post," I know.
Come on, man, how do I move this thing?
Simple Tails, move up and down. It makes sense in context.
Up and down, it's a barrel.
You do it with the analog buttons.
Which
I don't have any analog buttons.
Which Tails are you trying to do this? Amy Palance or Colin?
I don't know, a mix of both.
It sounds like he's going for the Tails from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that actually is a good point, actually. Anyway, yeah, Knuckles is not here. And apparently we can get through. Yeah, there you go. Here's the teleporter that Knuckles uses. So
cool story, bro.
And and in order to get back up there, we have to use the debug mode. But unfortunately, unlike Sonic 1 and 2, the Sonic Free prototype does not have the debug mode programmed into it yet. So as a result, I cannot rely on the debug mode to get over stuff like this. Sorry, everybody.
Whoops.
So I guess all right. So flying battery cannot be selected. I think, can it? There you go. Let's see. Oh, it has a little tops icon there. So flying battery.
It can be selected.
It's AA. And here you go. This is where the original.
Because AA is a battery. It's called flying battery.
Clever. Shut up.
And there you go. No, the background is, and that's it. We can go any further.
Well, Tails, I guess that's the end of our venture.
Basically, too, this is why they had to reshuffle the level order and put in the Sun and Sonic and Knuckles, unlike what they had planned, because by the time they were mandated by Sega to release the game now, this zone was not done yet, so they had to cut it out of the game at last minute, basically.
But apparently they did have the music ready. Oh no, Tails! I've been stopped by math and the alphabet!
Okay. I can solve this.
A hex code wall. My one weakness, apparently.
I got nothing.
It's the number. It's the island of numbers in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow.
The Sevi Island, right?
Is it just me, or did Sonic's eyes flash red during that Sega transition?
By the way, there's no snowboard yet. Whoa. Okay.
Hey, oh my God! 3D motion. You can move within the mountain.
Also, that I don't know what it's called specifically in English, but in my country we used to call it the number island, the one that you could get by glitching in the Spy Zone.
What was I spin dashing
I thought you were talking about the post-game stuff in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
No. It was actually one of the more prominent glitches of vanilla release of Red, Blue, and Yellow.
That game is glitchy.
But by the way, our commentary of this allows me to also add up to what I said in our Sonic Free Complete look into. Basically, everybody, back when we did our Sonic Free Let's Look At, we still didn't. This prototype had yet to leak. As a result, any information we did have based on these tracks was that they were from the Sonic and Knuckles PC collection. However, thanks to this prototype leaking, now we finally know that these were the original tracks that were meant to be in the game before Michael Jackson visited Sega Technical Institute.
It sounds like
Society of Michael Jackson. Society.
Remember when it used that? Remember?
Oh Lord.
Yes, Jova?
Remember when it actually used to be debated whether or not Michael Jackson was actually involved in the making of these games? Like, there used to be a time when it was more so rumor territory to think that Michael Jackson.
I mean,
Sega themselves.
Sega actually bothered to actually tell that to people.
Well, actually, Teo, they have. Actually, Teo, they have in the Sonic Free in the Sonic Ultimate Genesis collection for the 316 PS3 on the Curiosity part of Sonic Free.
No, that's what they mean.
They said he was considered.
They should have done it beforehand, to spare any.
Well, that's the thing. The Dej, we already have actual proper words.
We have
from Brad Buxer.
Like I remember, Yuji Naka said, "When the time is right, I will explain everything."
Yeah, and by that I mean I'm never talking.
It's like, buddy. Unfortunately, Jackson passed away over 10 years ago. You wanna say something?
Yeah.
It's abundantly clear that it's a touchy topic that he himself also doesn't want to go into. No, definitely. Brad Buxer specifically told us that that both him and Michael composed the Sonic Free credit theme, which they later used as the backbone for Stranger in Moscow. Yeah, so we already have not only testimony from both him and also Al Nilsson. So, all right.
Come on, this thing's moving too slow.
So much where the music is top again.
Well, yes. Why don't you actually run down the hill then?
Because it's too slippery, Tails. Keep up.
Too slippery for you?
Alright, moving on. Fuck.
Good job.
GG.
See? Told ya.
Guilty Gear.
Alright,
at least the zone is pretty.
Yeah, it's funny that Edge, because one of the reasons Guilty Gear went into hibernation was because of our fiasco with Sam.
If only I had
Yeah.
Normally I would say if only I had a second controller, but the Tails 2-player controller function hadn't been implemented in this prototype yet. So
yeah, that is quite notable.
Score one for Sonic Care.
Alright, let's go. And unfortunately, remember this is supposed to be the one that breaks so that it will move you forward. However, they haven't properly finished programming that yet, so I have no way of reaching that place.
This is like the new Enterprise model at the beginning of Star Trek Generations.
Okay, I can break this because this is for Knuckles. So basically, I'm stuck.
Just lay down and die then, I guess.
Accept your inevitable demise, Sonic.
Sonic, do we have Knuckles on speed dial?
Nope, but don't worry, we've got the next best thing, Tails.
The reset button?
No, our imagination.
Oh no.
Yep.
I'm freezing here! I have no imagination!
Just imagine that you're not freezing to death.
Okay, so with that...
How can I imagine that?
Okay, seriously. Sonic's eyes were red during that Sega transition. What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Jova.
That's Sonic.exe territory.
Again, Jova, the more we spend with this prototype, the more it feels like the Sonic.exe creepypasta thing is not really that much of a work of fiction.
Yeah, maybe it isn't as stupid as we thought.
Can you imagine? It really was, like the creepypasta said, like a prototype sold in a cartridge by someone on the corner of a dog
store. It was Sonic Free all along.
Sonic Free.exe was right all along.
What a story!
I told you this was the case. You wouldn't believe me, goddammit. Okay, moving on. Hopefully,
Nintendogs has a creepypasta.
All right, so there's a big bottomless pit because over there because they haven't properly implemented the water yet. So I'll have to be careful.
Wait,
but
have you heard about the truth of the Rugrats?
Yeah.
But yeah, they implemented the water in here actually. Also, these trampolines are purple in this prototype instead of pink.
Wait, what color were they? Oh, pink. No, okay.
So
yeah, because I would have known.
So somewhere in between 1993 and 1994, someone thought, let's make these pink. I like pink.
Why not?
I mean, I suppose it makes sense because a lot of the background is purple.
All right. Let's see. Can I finish? Can I actually get to the end of this level? Probably not, but might as well try. Let's see.
Music's cute.
It is cute enough, but I far prefer Brad Buxer's track. It's that track is so amazing.
Oh well, yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, at least this one doesn't loop for 50% of it.
Honestly, does I fail to realize how putting that track on loop is in any way a bad thing.
Is it too short, Dwibs, do you think? Like, on its own? Like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and people accuse Sonic 4's music of being too short.
Well, the problem is Sonic 4's music has far bigger...
It's just too repetitive.
Sonic 4's music has far bigger problems than how short or loopy it is. It's more so first of all, Sonic 1's Episode 1's instrumentation is god-awful. Episode 2 has better instrumentation, but the melodies are actually not as memorable as Sonic Episode 1's, surprisingly. They're a bit more on the bland side compared to Episode 1's compositions.
Who's this,
Wow, this boss was actually properly finished.
That's incredible.
Finally, caught you, Eggman.
So you didn't finish the Carnival Night one, but you finished this one.
I mean, I guess it's easier. It was easier to do.
Look, guys. Satan is busy working on Carnival Night Zone. He will eventually finish it and deliver it to Sega later.
Also, glitchy flickies.
Oh
yeah,
God, this
Sonic is scared. Sonic's scared.
Again, Sonic once had a...
Also, did you notice? Did you notice? Even though I
doing Act 2 after defeating Dr. Eggman?
I know, right?
Finish the transition.
That's the thing, Shiro. They even put in the Act 2 thing, as Jova just said. Like, what the hell was that? Alright, of all the prototype tracks, this is actually my favorite. I actually do enjoy this one.
Really? Because I was going to say, I actually prefer the Michael Jackson.
That one, of course, trumps it, Joe. I'm just saying, of the prototype tracks, the ones that are exclusive to these prototypes, this is actually, I think, the better one. It doesn't quite... I feel the only real problem I have is that it doesn't really feel like Sonic music. This feels more like something you'd hear in Marco's Magic Football rather than a Sonic game.
What?
Obscure game that was once owned by Domark, then owned by Eidos, and now owned by Square Enix. It's a long, confusing story. Well, Teo, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even know that game's existence either. So that just pretty much proves my point.
I remember from our original commentary how I played Sonic R music over here to Tia's delight.
Well, I forgot which specific point was it, but I tried to mention the whole thing about Blaze, but it came off as the Demolition line. It might have been this level 2, actually. I
actually really do appreciate... you can definitely... I actually do appreciate Valley Bell's work on Sonic for Complete, hearing these tracks in the prototype, because they're obviously, we still don't know if these tracks were still going to be touched up a bit more in between this period and release. But I'm glad that when Valley Bell inserted these tracks as an option in Sonic for Complete, he properly finished them to be more... a bit... feel more... professionally made, because there are some... The melody is fine, it's just that the instrumentation feels unfinished.
Well, this is the same for the other prototypes as well, so that makes sense. Another quote-unquote invisible trap by Dr. Robotnik.
How nefarious.
Alright. I hate those things in this zone. Okay, moving on. That That spring is
Those
just
are
dick.
always tough to deal with.
That spring is just dickish.
Mm-hmm.
Eggman's deadly speed traps.
Little does Sonic know that's but the speed with which he thrives on will kill him.
I mean, it does make more sense to turn the thing that Sonic is strong against him.
You know nothing, Sonic. It's glitches. You know what? I have no idea where I'm going with this. So whatever. You know what I mean.
I mean, it's adaptable for every type of Robotnik. The Adventures Only the Hedgehog one will have these as just mistakes, while the regular one will claim that they are still part of his plan.
But okay. For a while there, I thought the door was not gonna open on me.
Yeah, it did felt like that actually.
Like that's because the opening of the door in this version is way slower. So I swear, for a moment there when I was playing, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm stuck. Oh, never mind. You have to treat these prototypes carefully, because if you mess with them too much, they'll break. So, okay, there's Eggman. So let's see if the proper mini boss of this zone is included. Ooh, okay, glitchy pole.
Here's hoping the mini boss doesn't turn out to be Miss Signal.
Hey, Knuckles.
Well, do something, Knuckles? Oh, there you go.
Well, he is doing so, to be fair.
A bomb.
And we're done. Basically.
Knuckles, what have you done?
You say, it's funny you mentioned that make that reference.
So yeah, once again, this transition is not finished, so we're stuck.
We're stuck in a wall.
Again.
Typical.
Apparently today's the 28th anniversary.
Okay, only one more zone, launch base Act 2.
Really?
20th anniversary of what?
Well, Joe, but none of
28th of the Mario movie.
that's a thing, Joe, but none of the Sonic and Knuckles zones are selectable. So
Oh, well, yeah, I know that. Well, except for Flying Battery.
well, that's the thing. Flying Battery
That stage.
Flying Battery at this point in time was still meant to be a Sonic free stage instead of a Knuckles stage.
But it's technically a Sonic and Knuckles stage and selectable.
Tails, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, so
Sorry, are we playing Sonic 3 or The Exorcist?
Yeah, I was about to mention. I think there's something wrong with our two-tailed fox. Can we get another one, please? Thank you.
I was practicing my aerobics.
and now, ladies and gentlemen, if you
we're practicing being a dying
What's wrong
fish.
with the sky?
and now, ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look at the background, you'll notice a glitchy sky.
It's beautiful.
You know, has anyone ever made a story about what video game characters feel like when their game is being made?
Countless. It's prime fanfiction material, Jova.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. I mean, like, well, while the game is actually being created and made with developments and everything. Like, okay, now I know there have been stories about the characters who suffer glitches, or like if their game is breaking, but I don't think I've ever seen a story about what they feel like when their game is being made currently.
Okay.
It's not a video game, but I know of an episode of a show that did that.
Okay, it's not. It's probably not super common as others, but I can't believe it existed because stories like Animal Man, one particular run of Animal Man, or stuff like Neil Gaiman's run of particular themes do explore the concept of a character of a media experiencing their own creation. So I can imagine there are fan fictions dedicated with this thought process for video games.
By the way,
What
one
TV
thing I
show
forgot
did
to
you have in
mention.
mind, Dwibs?
Yes?
I was telling Shiri about this not too long ago, actually. It was the very last episode of a long-running show called Biker Grove, where it turned out that all the time, the characters of the show weren't even real. They were being manipulated by the writers.
So basically, it's like Duck Amok, from the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, so basically, in the very last episode, they turned the show about a bunch of kids from Newcastle upon Tyne going to a youth club into meta commentary. And bear in mind, that show did have people dying or being blinded, and so basically that episode was telling us none of that ever actually happened.
So, did people hate that ending?
Let me just mention one
It's
thing.
not very well regarded.
Pedro wanted to mention something about the game.
One
Go ahead.
thing I actually did forget to mention is that the shields are unfinished. They don't have their special abilities, and they just work as normal shields still. So
That's like the
Was
only
an
way
Eggman
I
monitor
could.
there earlier as well, or
I'm sorry, what?
was there an Eggman monitor there earlier as well, or was that just?
Oh,
There
yes.
was an Eggman monitor.
However, Chiro, the Eggman monitors don't do anything in this prototype. So, again, unfinished. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's use the Egomatic to fly straight into a wall of code.
Oh,
Yep, the view sure is neat here.
And Knuckles is on top of one of those things that Eggman used on the boss. So, okay. Weird. Look at that, it's a sea of X code.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Are we
And the Egomatic stops
Are we in
here.
the Matrix?
So we're stuck here. I cannot even jump away because I'm locked.
Yes, I tell you guys, this is fine.
Sonic, we're in nowhere.
Actually, Tails, you're dead right now.
Okay,
I'm just running in place forever.
So that was the main campaign. We don't, and none of the other levels are selectable. So, yeah, there you go. See,
How about the sound test?
the sound test does work. We already heard all the tracks anyway. So, let's just start the
No
multiplayer.
final boss.
The multiplayer is actually properly finished. See, he even is even using the Sonic Free sprite. See, so the
Why do they look so
Sonic's arm-
scrunched?
Sonic's arm looks very buffed.
Wild Webs, they had to make mini versions of the sprites for the multiplayer. They did the same thing in Sonic 2. So, okay, so the multiplayer works. It's properly finished.
Also,
even.
the Sega logo sounds like they were singing it, but then they just gave up.
And there you go. See,
Oh.
thanks to this prototype, we now have evidence that this bonus stage was already in consideration for at this point and was not an addition from Sonic and Knuckles. So
Hey, did you know that the Sonic Free special stages
As-
is inspired by King Kai's planet from Dragon Ball?
I did. Well, they drew a lot of stuff from Dragon Ball anyway. Yeah, and the same thing for the slot ball machine. Now let's look at this. The special stages are just this.
Ah,
The special stages are just this. Just red spheres around the planetoid,
it's a
and
music video.
I can control the way they spin using the D-pad, and that's it. That's all this is.
Wow.
I was gonna say, for an
Very
early
early
tech
on.
demo, this does look impressive.
Oh yeah.
Well, remember, like I said, they were trying to replicate the success of Donkey Kong Country. It's 3D graphics. See?
In 1994.
Hey, they were trying.
Okay. What about the other special stage?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This is disorientating.
Is this someone's screensaver?
Yeah, this looks like an old Windows screensaver.
Yes.
Again, the way
It
it's
takes me back.
again, the way it's undulating is interesting.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Also, I get the feeling that this is like beta special stage music because the drum sounds different.
Yep.
It's like someone is making love on top of those balls.
Man, why do you have to make it so weird?
Your question on that is why not?
So that was
And that's how we're ending this. Goodbye,
Brilliant.
everyone.
so that was that according to Jova that was sexy Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
That was the climactic finish.
Well, there's
course.
there's nothing more for me to show really. This is
Yeah.
I literally showed everything. The multiplayer is exactly the same. Trust me. Even if I went to the other ones in the multiplayer, the multiplayer is actually completely finished. So there's nothing interesting to check out there, basically.
So the final boss hadn't been programmed yet. Interesting.
No. Don't you see? The final boss was the friendship we made along
Yeah,
the
well,
way.
Or like the glitches we
So
had
that
along the
was
way.
the Sonic Free prototype, and we are now officially done with the classic prototypes. Shirley, what are your thoughts on the Sonic? Since you were actually completely unaware of this one, what do you think of this one?
All right. Yes, definitely the most interesting of the bunch. Not just because, didn't know much about it aside from the music history, and the Sonic surfing stuff. But it's definitely the most unfinished, it seems. Not sure if I'm not sure if that's because it was a bigger game than the other two, or if it's because this is a very early prototype. I don't know.
Probably. It probably is early. Remember, Michael hadn't yet visited the studio clearly at this point.
Mm-hmm. And Flying Battery was still included there. Yeah, it's it made for interesting viewing anyway, considering all the visual fuckery that happened. It's again like with the Sonic 1 prototype, which was another one most of us hadn't seen. It was it was nice to look at these, nice bit of history, like 30 years later. And that's it. This was fun.
Okay, Jova, what are your thoughts on this one?
This was a fun commentary. It's clear that the prototype was in a desperate cry for help sort of phase. Not in the sense that what they were working on was better. No. Clearly, they were on a good track here. But man, oh man, this prototype is definitely in, it's weird. It's the prototype where it feels like the least amount of changes had to occur. Because I get the feeling they had a better idea, but it also feels like the most incomplete of the prototypes as well, paradoxically enough. That said, though, it is interesting to see what they took out. Like that ever so wonderful deluge of colors in Carnival Night Zone Act 2. Like I said, Satan really had to work on the development time with that level, it seems.
Clearly.
But nah, it's a fine free time. Thank God they got Tails the help he needed in time for the extra release.
Once again.
Yeah, I was having a bit of a hard time around this point. You see, people like IGN were saying that I was dooming the series after only the second game.
No.
Alright, are you done, Jova?
Yeah, I'm done.
Dej.
Man, what a fascinating way to look at history. It's always, like I said before, and I don't want to come up with a broken record, but it's always fascinating look at how things were early in development. It was like, right, I forgot that Flying Battery Zone was going to be in this game. Also, wow, no snowboarding. I do wonder how late of an addition that was, if they were considering it initially.
Well, the incline is there, so I'm guessing it was already in the plan. It's just that they didn't get around to putting it in yet. That's my guess.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm glad that they swapped the Sonic surfing thing, and then Knuckles takes it from him. Knuckles punches him. It makes the character have a good impact and makes you want to take him down.
Yeah, especially since he's able to punch out freaking Super Sonic.
And he was never able to do anything that cool ever again.
Hey, he took down Chaos.
I get the feeling. I get the feeling it was one of those. That decision was one of those things that was made more so because they really wanted the impact of that. At all costs, regardless of the logical fallacies.
It was Azuka's idea.
Oh, okay, that explains it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash on Izuka. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash on Izuka. It's just that Izuka is a guy who always runs on the rule of cool, so that definitely feels like an Izuka decision, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do like the impact that it did give.
Sure.
And I guess we could argue that, hey, a guy who's been around the Master Emerald as long as Knuckles probably knows his way around the weakness of the Chaos Emeralds or whatnot, so perhaps there's that. Anything else, Dej?
Yeah, that's it.
Tyr, what do you think of this one?
Sure. Much like with the other two prototypes, these also is really neat to look at in all these ups and downs and all arounds. Of course, the glitches are entertaining, but I like the how to know what kind of state of mind the developers had, at that specific point and how the game got constructed. It does feel like a neat discovery for something that you can potentially live without it, but as a piece of information, it really genuinely feels useful, even if you're just having fun. So this is pretty neat, just like the other two cases. Pretty much it. Next.
Hey, Joe.
Well, actually, I was going to let SB next, but...
can I go next?
Go ahead.
Go on.
It's pretty much like the other, pretty much all the rest of the betas we've seen. It's a load of crazy shenanigans because the bits weren't done yet, and also some rather scary shit, like Tails becoming the Exorcist. Who knew that was the superpower he had? But yeah, other than that, there's not really a whole lot I can say. To be honest, I mean, it's a beta, so yeah, we weren't meant to see it. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. As for me, yeah, I really like these free prototypes that we've done. It's just also, and this one is in particular, it's also very curious to see some of the decisions. And of course, it also serves as yet another big demonstration of how Flying Battery was implemented originally in the original Sonic Free. Personally, like I said in our Let's Look at Sonic Free Complete, I always make an honest effort to try to play these games the way the developers intended, without any any decisions that were caused by executive mandates rather than a natural artistic decision. So for me, I actually still really would have preferred if something could have been done to preserve the original vision, officially. But that's just me. The prototype itself is really fun and full of interesting. What's more interesting is that literally almost none of the level transitions work. Seriously, only the Angel Island ones work. After that, the level transitions just fuck off, basically. So that's interesting. But yeah, that was a Sonic Free prototype. My personal recommendation, if you have a good if you even in Teos Toaster, you can run Sonic Free Angel Island Revisited. So that's right now, at least until Origins comes out, that's right now the best way to experiment Sonic Free. So I recommend that.
Then.
All right, and that's it. So tune in for
the surprise for the anniversary.
Yeah, that's right. We actually have something special for the actual anniversary itself. Tune in tomorrow for that.
Sonic Mania?
See ya.
Sorry, no.
Yeah.
See ya.
You guys suck. Bye.
See ya.